So yeah, guys, I just wanted to share a little bit one tune that I'm working. It's not done yet. I started it last night while I was uploading. Now I'm going through this phase of uploading. I grab the guitar and start jamming away while I'm uploading my music to different sites. And I have to stop. I mean, I have to like literally stop the upload process or just cancel it all together and upload later. And just to get the idea down, you know, because it's so spontaneous sometimes, and I don't work like that actually. I'm very methodical, I'm very clinical about it. So, you know, if I get this rush of inspiration or this idea while I'm playing the guitar, waiting for the track to be uploaded to the different sites, I usually have to do it right there and then. And I have the Pro Tools on the background running. And I just, you know, open a new session and you just go for it. So anyways, I'm working on it was meant to be like an acoustic track. And it ended up sounding very lullaby, kind of like children's music. So I just wanted to play a little bit of it, so see what you think of it. So anyways, yes, it's just very basic, very simple, 2 chords, and I try to keep it as minimal as possible. I try to force myself to be with limitations and just say I'm gonna make a tune with only 2 chords and see if I can manage that, and just work around that limitation and actually force myself not to make a chord change. And you know, this funny melody came out very at the beginning. I thought it's something that is quite slow. And sometimes the idea is to just let the idea breathe, the idea to be born. Just give it a chance to be alive. You know, in the past, these kind of ideas in the beginning, I will just record it, think of it, analyze it, overanalyze it, and then kill it, delete it, and then start from something fresh or something different, or say it's just a shit idea. Nowadays, I actually give it a chance and just say, you know what? It's just 2 chords, and I'm just gonna play a little bit of guitar, some pianos in the background, some marimba and some percussion, and just see. I believe that I can make it work. And this funny kids music, lullaby, kind of children's vibe, very slow, or at least that's my first impression in the beginning. Maybe I should do it a little bit more upbeat, maybe a little bit more uplifting, but then you're forcing it, and I don't want to force it. I want to be as natural as possible, but keeping the limitations, always working with limitations, to say I only have this amount of chords. In this case, it's only 2, and you know, it's just about having like an initial intro, then like a little melody for the next 2. Every bar kind of like an introduction of a new element, like either a piano melody or and then change it again. You know, then have like a different melody, like a different motif is what it's called, really, within those 2 chords. And I know it could sound repetitive, and that's the challenge, to see how can I make it not sound repetitive, and how can it be something completely out of my comfort zone. I never write stuff for kids, and I don't know if it's something that I'm doing unconsciously, because like I have mentioned before, I'm gonna be a father for a second time quite soon, and maybe unconsciously I'm creating this kind of like music, this lullabies, this kind of kids music. And you know, it's just about, it's still my instrument, you know, it's still the guitar, some pianos, and I try to keep it as organic as possible. I try to keep it as natural as possible, and no funny things, you know, maybe some strings in the background, and just see where it goes, you know. But my message is, and to myself, is to, when you have a shit idea in the beginning, just try to stick with it, or try to make it work. Try to just mold it around that, and just let it breathe for a little. Just let it be alive, you know, and see what can you add to it, you know, because at the end of the day, it's only 2 chords, you know. How bad can it be? It's all about how we look at it, that angle, you know, and have that limitation to say, okay, I have all these musical notes, but I'm only going to choose two, and or I have this amount of plugins. I'm only going to use this plugins to do this. I only have a guitar, or I only have a piano. I don't have this massive orchestral thing going on, and that's part of the limitation. And see what you can come up with, and only work with that. And I do believe that this applies to any art form, either painting and writing, and you usually put limitations. I've heard of great people and great artists do this, put themselves with limitations and say, we're only going to use this amount of colors, or we're only going to use this amount of notes and instruments. You'd be surprised. Sometimes we need to put ourselves limitations and say, we only have this amount of time to come up with this kind of music. We only have this amount of time to do this or to do that. So yeah, man, and hopefully I can finish this song today. Yeah, man. So anyways, hope this videos find you well. And you know, leave the comments below. Thank you for all the love and support, for subscribing to my channel. And yeah, man, see you on the other side, bro. Take care.